mid-90s. Michael Kilsky, I met him. Of course, John Buttrick ran for governor in '94. We were a big part of that. I was running for Secretary of State at the time. I was county chairman of the Libertarian Party then. And Alan's seen all this and complains about everything all the time, and he will before I'm done, I'm sure. So, this whole thing is about what? And I gotta ask, I hear you guys talking, all the memories come in, you know? And I know Michael and John are sitting there going, oh, why? Why? Why are you doing this? Why do you want the attention? Why do you want the media to do what? What's it going to accomplish? Why? I'm sorry?
We don't want the media to do it, we want to do it ourselves.
Do what?
Get the ideas of liberty out there.
Ah, see now here's a guy talking about he's coming out, people coming out, but God, they just got a felony, man.
Not all of them.
They're not going to be voting.
No, there's a lot of plenty of voters.
Okay, not that I care. I mean,
No,
you know,
that's
like,
fine.
you're still voting. I mean, you know, crap.
No, there's plenty of voters that come out.
So my point is you're doing this for what change? Why? Why those people? Why?
Why not?
I'm just giving you a platform.
Yeah. Jesus did it right.
All right. This has been my mission, what I do. The reason, a lot of times, you know, Jim's right, man. We've been getting a lot of attention. I mean, over the years, it's been like 30 years I've been doing this, and it's like, Ernie, how the hell are you still alive, man? I mean, you know, you're doing a radio show, you got the site, you've done, like, name off a bunch of crap. And the thing is that it's because a couple things. One, I never went after an individual, rarely, okay? I mean, not directly. And so like, you know, our pile, oh, we're buds, man. Oh, we're, you know, pound it. I mean, you know, we're, whatever. But then I would hammer the living crap out of the policies. You know, we go after the principle. We would stand for something. Libertarian means this, okay? My problem has always been national level, media, Alan giving us crap, I mean, whatever, okay? Get it. Oh, he's going to get it. Chance I get. The problem has always been is that, in my estimation, Libertarian Party people were so focused on how many votes they could get. It was easy to get on the ballot before. Now you got like work, you know? Get on the ballot and we have all kinds of fun. Pal Gamble, my senior editor of Freedom's Phoenix, he ran against what, Franks and Kirsten 5 times or something, and he's getting 7-8%. Run for Secretary of State, I got 7 point whatever %. You know, we had Scott Granger got like a record, you know, at 8 whatever %. I mean, this is common. You know, the rest of the country was only getting 1 to 3%. Why Arizona? 2004, I ran against John McCain. The only reason was because he said how libertarian he was. In the Chicago Tribune, he's saying what a maverick he is. I'm an Arizona libertarian. Oh, hell of a okay? So I go, oh, no, I'll show you what a libertarian is. But I never went after him. It was always for something. And the problem that I'm having with liberty, it always has been this way, except in Arizona. Arizona's been pretty good. John set a really good standard. Is that libertarians stood for something. It wasn't against it, it was for the individual. You just go on national, was it not the mission statement, the statement of principles, okay? Oppose the cult of the omnipotent state and support rights of the individual. I mean, boom. So this cult, this adoration, this worship of an all-powerful, all-knowing state, that's what I liked about it, is that it was exclusive. Now it gets to where, man, we need a big tent. Gotta have a big tent, everybody come in, big tent. You know, big tent, big enough to vouch for Hillary, okay? So I am like, I just want to strap one. They go, it's not inclusive, and I go, that was the point. That was the freaking point. Is that we are a group of people around an ideology that represents something solid. 08 comes, Ron Paul evolution thing goes on. Just a few months before that, in the 06 Portland convention, is when they stripped the platform. It was gone to make way for Here Comes the Bar. So I'm going, you know, why would they do that? What was the, you know, and it was a hardcore press, man. I mean, they were hammered on. They had to get rid of this platform. 04, I run for national chair. Because Neil Bortz is up there talking about how we've got a little bit of war in Afghanistan. Libertarians are for a little bit of a war. I mean, Afghanistan is a good war. We got another good war. And we're going, are you freaking kidding me? Charles Goyette and I go to Atlanta, pitch a bitch, have newspapers, man, we made a big deal out of it. 06, they stripped the platform, Here Comes Bar. That was all planned. 08, you have the Levolution, yeah, we'll just call it the Bob Barr Levolution now. Rob, okay? 10, Wayne Allen Root's going to take us into the future. I'm like, hell no, okay? Every time I ran, there was a reason. Why? Why? To defend the definition of the word libertarian. After Ron Paul ran in 08, they got pretty well defined. I mean, you know, a lot of people, they get it. You know what he said, okay? He may be whatever, but it's a libertarian. Now, of course, you know, there are people that have a different opinion about it. They got to, you know, and bake cakes and stuff, whatever. But the point is that I am just, if we can't maintain that definition of the word libertarian, then we need to redefine another word or use another word. Well, it's already happening. This is all happening organically. Freedom's Phoenix, for 13 years, since, when was it, 05. I started radio in 03. So every day, we do 50 to 70 new headlines a day. I'm scouring the internet for anything I can do, promote, and it's a wide radar screen. I mean, it has a lot about, you know, tech and you know, Republicans and Democrats and Socialists and Trump and Libertarian, but it is definitely edited by Libertarians, published by Libertarians. Libertarian talk show up at the top. So everybody gets to have their say, but this is the standard that we hold everybody. Government is as morally culpable to anything and everything they do as an individual is. You can't, you know, like, you know, have somebody, well, somebody else took your rights, so what's my problem, you know, I mean, you know, I voted for them, but, so, when you do any kind of activism, I have to ask why. I'll give you this. A lot of these guys, you know, been around a bit longer. In 1994, we decided that we were going to kick ass. It was like end of 93, let's go kick ass, how are we going to kick ass? First thing we needed was money. So John Buttrick agreed to run for governor, which shocked the crap out of us, you know. And then we filled the ticket. We had 30-something candidates. We had signs everywhere. Sign everywhere. Man, we were buttheads about the sign thing. And, you know, a lot of printing. We had newspapers we passed out, and we were on the radio a lot. Even as callers, man, we're being dicks, all right? Now, the thing is that we need to raise money. So what do? We had the Liberty Rifle Raffle. We had AR-15. A MAC 90, which is like the legal AK, whatever the hell it was, thumbhole stock bullshit back in the day, and an SKS. We did the drawing on the front steps of the Phoenix downtown post office on April 15th. Drawing the names out was current Sheriff of Graham County, Richard Mack, City Councilwoman in Phoenix, Frances Barwood, and Second Amendment, Libertarian Second Amendment caucus guy, Mike Duggar, that later became state chair of Libertarians. When we did this, you think the media didn't get enough attention? Oh, this is during the militia days of, oh my God, we're all going to go to hell, right? Don't you think that? No, not really. Then we had take your gun for a walk in the park. What they did is that, Alan remember this, you know, Michael remembers this. What they did, a gentleman that was a Symington supporter in 94 came up and he says, man, I'm upset. What are you Libertarians going to do about it? He goes, he had is that 1911? It looked like this, okay? Big ass gun. And he always carried it. He had Desert Sky Construction. He built churches. So he always had a cowboy hat, man. He's John Wayne. You know, he's a nice big guy, Marine, and all that kind of stuff. And his grandchildren goes to the park. I think it was Cortez Park, or on Dunlap and Curry, that's somewhere around there. He goes in, and it's starting to get dark. Cop comes up and he goes, hey, you gotta put that gun in the car. You can't have that gun in the car. Sign says here, city, sign, park. You can't have it, the ordinance of whatever the heck. All right, man, you gonna be around here to protect me? He goes and he puts his gun in the car. Little kid's playing, starts to get dark. Here comes all the gangbangers out there playing basketball, and they got 38s in their waist. And he's like, what the hell was that? I got disarmed and, getting dissed by the man here, and then I got all these bangers out, and I got my grandkid, he leaves. Pisses him off. He always calls his legislator. He's one of those call city council guys. Comes him in and like, doesn't say that. The ordinance says no discharge of firearms in a park. At the time, that's what it said. No discharge. You're not allowed to defend your life in a park. Oh my God, they're supposed to rape you and tie you up with your pantyhose or something, right? So I'm going, no, that it says the discharge of a firearm, they're lying. So we did all kinds of printing. They go, take your gun for a walk in the park out in Canada. We have a whole bunch of people, probably have 50 people there with guitars and guns, man, throwing frisbee and so on. Media descends on us. Confrontation Prevention Squad of the Phoenix Police Department is there to protect our right to carry openly. Media freaked out. About 150 yards, 200 yards down the thing was a black family having a family reunion. There's a bunch of black people over there with guns. What do you think about that? Feel me? That's press, okay? But as long as it's kids throwing frisbees and you say the right thing and we're here in freedom and open carry to promote and blah, blah, blah. 94 was concealed carry initiative that we started. That's where SAFE came from. Second Amendment is for everyone. Are you a safe gun owner? Are you an unsafe legislator? Jeff Grosskost, was it Grosskost? Is that his name, Jeff? He was Speaker of the House. Now, Speaker of the House, him and Frances Farmwood are safe, public servants or whatever. She was city council and he was a legislator. He later got a vote. Of course, it didn't pass, but we were no buttheads about it. Gun Owners of America freaked out. How the hell did you get that vote? Just having that vote. Now, of course, a lot of guys go, yeah, I'm for it. Behind the scenes, they were voting against it. It was just who was gerrymandering, who was negotiating, who could vote, and who'd be safe, and who what. All these games, I just want to straighten. You worry about this stuff, and I just want to backhand everybody. It's all bullshit, okay? So the thing is that we got a lot of attention on this. Got the vote. Eventually, they did the concealed carry permit. They came to us and said, hey, you win, we got the press. I don't want no stinking permit. I don't want to get a permit from the man to be able to defend against the man. What kind of bullshit is that? So I go, nope, we did a referendum. As soon as they passed it into law, we filed a referendum against it. We go, nope, we want unrestricted concealed carry, kiss our butt. Time goes on, NRA, back and forth. It's another 20 years of stuff. Alan's doing his work. He's getting on. Then they get what they call constitutional carry. And anytime Alan's on, he'll tell you, man, I don't let you get away with that constitutional carry thing. It is not constitutional without being suspected of a crime, without being detained. But a cop comes up and they want to take my gun, serial number, or project lead, we kind of file it with, and whatever. That's constitutional. I go, you call it a bunch of other things, but you ain't calling the Constitution when I'm sitting there, okay? Hell no. Well, that did not make us popular with the NRA. So we did a reach out and touch someone raffle. And the logo was Bambi wearing a UN helmet and crosshairs. Just a little bit on the edge. We just have to keep going, right? Then we had a 50 caliber that we did. Then we did a concealed carry one, okay? Concealed carry rigs and so on. We did safe shoots with legislators coming out and Democrats blazing away, man. It was awesome. That's why, by the early 2000s, webpage started, why Gabby Gifford is holding an AR-15 or an M16 or whatever. Why? Because even Democrats can't get elected in this state unless they're showing they got a colored photograph of a gun. So when we would have, meetings, we do second notice for everyone, Trent, okay, I can tell you a story, you don't understand how it goes. The deal is that we want to be all hardcore. We had 3 or 4 long gun battle rifles laid out. They had to be black, detachable magazine, pistol grip. Pick one, take your color photograph, then you got to go up and talk. If you are willing to have your photograph taken with those guns, so how the hell are we going to depend on you to defend them? Go. Trent Franks, before he got elected, first time he's, one time he's run, he comes in and he has this 20 gauge shotgun looking thing. And it had a big rhino bullet in it. And he goes, yeah, but look, I go, 20, you can't do that. And he goes, yeah, but look, the bullet's really big. No, you don't get to talk. Yeah, but no, you don't get to talk. But I'm a Libertarian, I knew him from church. No, you don't get to talk. So what value does that have? What kind of press do you think we got out of that? What was the standard that we, met? I want you to understand, if you're going, I go, why? Well, we raised like $16,000. That was like real money back in '94. So we had, like 2.5 years we paid for all our stuff and everything. But what happens? You start being successful. You make money. The Wall Street Journal comes out and says, the Libertarian state, Arizona. National comes in. They want, no, we want it done this way. You need to file a good time. No, we don't want to be part of your unified membership program. No, we want. Then the targeting happens. Okay? So this is the risk that you have when you're successful. Successful, why? What is it you want to accomplish? Just in the last few days, I had meetings with stuff because I knew I was going to be doing this, and some other stuff that's pissed me off. And I talked to my, I have supporters and sponsors and people that finance a lot of stuff and support me in different things that I do. And I'm like, if I do anything political at 18, you're going to hate on me? What would I do? Would I run for something? Would I promote an initiative? Would I do a city race? If the mayor was in the last city race, I was going to run. Because I was already pissed by then. But, Nick wants to, anybody else, be my guest. Well, one less thing I got to do. But I'll tell you, it's about this far of somebody doing something that's going to motivate me, and I won't be coming to the Arizona Libertarian Party and saying, please can have databases, please can you guys circulate my signatures, please can you, because I know it's a waste of time. You got to come up with some money. Are you going to be, how much money are you going to be spending on getting signatures?
Probably $10,000.
This is where it's going to be. It's just to get on the ballot now. So you get on the ballot and know what happens. I don't know. What are you going to advocate for? You think you're going to get more? This is what happened. I run against John McCain. I get, 4 or 5% or something. Didn't hardly spend anything. And all I did was tell people, to not vote. Are you still voting? Do you really think it's going to make a difference? So nationally, I have parties all over the country calling me, we want you to come and speak at our state convention. You spent, almost nothing. You got the highest vote percentage of a three-way race with a third-party kind of Libertarian. We got the highest. Oh my God, it's great. How did you do it? I told people to not vote. Never mind. We don't want you to come. Because what's the goal? Why? How many minds can you free? That's what this thing is all about. Vote totals is a side effect. A libertarian culture is a side effect. You've got to convince them up here. And no matter how often and how much success we have in Arizona, no matter how much success we have in Revolution, no matter how much success we've ever had, there are so many people that don't want to hear that. They want their mother-in-law to think that they're the greatest thing and that they get invited to the Christmas party of the GOP and DNC of the Washington down country club of whatever now. I'm included in a lot of things. I speak at a lot of Bitcoin events. I just was in Aspen, the Nexus Earth Conference. I'm going to the Texas Bitcoin Conference in a couple of weeks. In Aspen, these are the speakers. Judge Napolitano, Ron Paul, Peter Schiff, Max Kaiser, G. Everett Griffin, Patrick Byrne, billionaire from Overstock.com, Roger Beer, Eric, I mean, it just went on and on and on and on. How is it that libertarians even getting invited to this thing? Why? Because we were advocating for a no compromise position. You want media, you want attention. What do you think is going to get it for you? I'm going to lose and I'm going to come in, last place? Or is it going to be what you're saying? You see these papers here that we did. The first letter of Captain Mark. We have a site now, it's called pirateswithoutborders.com. The whole reason of that site is to get the press, like Jim's talking about. I want to get press. Why? Because I want to promote the decentralization of everything. Communication, education, transportation, food, water, energy, automation, everything. Everything. Everything needs to be down to the individual. Everything needs to be allowed. Right now, I manufacture geodesic domes out of my garage. I pump now 23 foot in 2 hours, man, rock and roll. They're popular all over the place. I want to build them here. I got the one that we kind of got down to about the cheapest, nicest. It's about 23 foot, 4-phase, 3/4 inch dome. You do a bunch of them, and for less than $10,000, I have me a nice house, 3,000 square foot, I kick ass. Where do I put it? What kind of permitting do I gotta have? What kind of permission slips do I get? And the decentralization of what? I'm off their energy. I do my own aquaponics. Anybody that's been over my home, I got 2 domes that go together. I have a little pond I have fish in, and I have an aquaponics thing. I got it rocking and rolling and going about 3-4 years ago, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I can spend more time on it. Just go buy, I lost like 40 pounds. I don't even eat that much anymore. But the point is, I got chickens. We had goats, and they ate my trees, so they're done. So these are the things, is decentralization in water, energy, communication. This is something, for me, that will change the planet. Libertarian Party is not going to change the planet. Libertarian philosophy is going to change the planet. If the Libertarian Party is not libertarian, then what the hell is it they're doing there? Well, we got to get votes. We got to this. You got to be inside. Who the hell wants to be inside? Why is this such a big goal? I want to free minds. I want a culture that promotes it. So then what happens? Trump comes in, the last 2 years, since he came down the escalator in like June, July of 15, every Thursday for 2 to 5 hours, we do the Trump Report. Frank Van Bury's a big Ron Paul guy, that big Republican Party, he's a doctor, naturopathic, prostate guy, whatever, here, locally good friend. And he goes, hey, don't be hating, man. He goes, I know what's going to happen. He goes, this is going to get, so as sure as you were about the revolution, I'm sure he's going to win. Because his father and uncles are in the steel building business, high-rises in Philadelphia. They hang around, speak the same, talk the same, reads, Art of the Deal. He goes, my Thanksgiving dinners are, I'm surrounded by Trump, okay? So he understood the game that he was playing, how every 24, 72-hour news cycle, Trump controls the media. All he's got to do is do a tweet. It's like, let's talk about what the hell is I want to talk about. Stand for the anthem, you son of a bitch. Okay? So whether you agree with him or not, man, he's just got a meeting that is so funny to watch. But he's been behind the scenes, a lot more progress than people realize. But there are people anti-freaking Trump. Why? Hillary was better? Why? Look, you're still voting? So what was the role that the Libertarians always played? Certainly here on the state level, nationally, it could be. I got Johnson coming out advocating for a tax. I got Bill Weld coming in vouching for Hillary. I got, the previous year, same kind of crap. I got, Defense of Marriage Act and Drug Warrior Barr. I mean, the last decent candidate, Phil said, at least didn't do any harm, was Bad Merrick. So the standard is going to be what? Now, of course, Nick will spout, how much money you're making and how much more and whether you're going to get in the debates, and they always hang that over, the debate? Woo! I tell you how we got into debates here in Arizona. John Bartlett was the candidate. You want to have a coach for debates? He was Harvard Law debate master. I mean, you know, he'd hook you up easy. The one thing that I wanted to mention, and I made some notes here, in addition to him, you know, being really good if you had debates, but I mean, it doesn't do you any good if the debates are not, you know, to support libertarianism. If it comes out and it's kind of, well, maybe we should outlaw the bump stock or some bullshit like that. I mean, you know, it's just this watered down thing, because the press you get will be that wedge thing, and they got a crack, and they'll, so-and-so said this and did this about that. Ha 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 ha. Those libertarians aren't so libertarian anymore, are they? And they will make a big freaking deal out of it. In 2002, it was the gubernatorial race, and it was Barry Hess, and I had met Barry, knew him a little bit, knew what was going on. It's a long story, but that was when they first started the clean election thing. Well, I was campaign manager for Gary Fallon, which was a well-known libertarian at the time, that he said, Ernie, you promised me I'm not going to win, right? I mean, you know, I don't want the nomination here, I just want to, because we wanted to make sure that they knew that there were libertarians that wouldn't take clean election money, because you get federal matching funds, clean election money, and forever does that dominate the party. It's a money thing. The goal is to get the money so you can have more salary and get more money. I mean, what are you, Israel? I mean, you know, it's like AIPAC in Israel. I mean, seriously. So I'm going, so this is, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going, you lobby, you get some money so you can lobby to get more money, get congressmen so you can get more money, so you can have more money to give congressmen get more money. I mean, you know, this is how this works. So we made a big deal out of not taking the money. Barry, what we found out behind the scenes, the guys that were doing the $5 collecting, well, they would get like $20, $30 to get the $5. So they just needed a name. They don't give a crap. They're just filling out names, you know, and they get, you know, they make $20 every time they fill out a name. So they just needed somebody to sign, fill out, do, and take care of them, kind of, you know, put it in the pocket, and we're done. One of the petition gatherers is called Lee Petitions, Derek Lee, and he's a well, at least he was, you know, does petition gathering. Well, he didn't get the contract with the Libertarians, you know, that did this, because they, you know, it's a long story how the inside or whatever, doesn't matter. But the point was that he was pissed off. He should have got it. So he goes, I don't know, I'm going to tell you what's going on. A lot of his workers, they're just mercenaries. They go between different ones. They don't care. So he knew what was happening, and that the state Attorney General's office was going to go after these guys. So I go, Barry, if you sign that, and you take, because he had collected the $20,000. He got the $20,000 $5 contributions. All he had to do was sign the paper, and he would have got the $1 gazillion. But they were going to put his ass in jail. He was the one that signed. So he goes, nah, I'm good. Dodged that bullet. That same election cycle, there was a Democratic senator that had a son that understood how to game the system like this, and he and a couple of friends ran for the state legislature, did exactly that, spent all the money on a bunch of parties. They had free drink night in Mill Avenue, ASU, and we're just spending money partying. Well, they prosecuted these guys. Later it found out he was in some kind of scam with doing welfare checks or food stamps on the reservation or whatever, and he went out and going to jail. I mean, and this, they just went after the Libertarians. See, Libertarians, look what they're doing with the money, Libertarians. Oh, you mean that Democratic senator's son? You mean that guy? You break principle, and you are not going to have anybody be able to support you. You're not going to be, you can be wrong in the law, but you can be right on principle. I'd rather be that. You know, but if you break principle and you go doing stupid shit, ain't nobody going to save you. So as when they go, you got this pedophile, scumbag, rapist, somebody came out, this congressman, and there was, in 94, 96, there was some guy that was running for Congress that someone accused that he raped her back in the day or something. Ernie, what do you say about it? Talk to the Secretary of State, man. We don't have anything to do with who gets to be a candidate. We're not allowed anymore. This is not an internal party function anymore. They go to the Secretary of State and go, I am now Libertarian, give me the form. These arguments on principle is what saved our ass, because everybody knew This is what we stood for. So I ask again, why? If you're gonna raise this money, it's to do what? To espouse what? To be what? Just to get on the ballot? Because if you're on the ballot, and I got, up there vouching for blah, 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 and saying and doing and little bending on and kind of, you didn't do me any favors. You didn't make my job any easier. You didn't free my grandchildren. You didn't make the future, any closer to freedom. You did not. And all you do is piss me off. And I go, oh, I'm going to have to run against this libertarian because they said they're a libertarian? Hell, I'm running against Republicans when they say that. Traitors first. This is my mentality. How do I get the media to do this? Once you got the principle, I emphasize this stuff because if you want to get media, you bring attention to you not being libertarian. Yeah, we got to get a little of the bump stocks. We got to do a little bit of this. We got to do a little bit of that. You do that, I can't help you.